Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your #1 source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
New this morning, we have a winter weather advisory for our northern counties. This is where we can see some accumulating snow. I'll show you how much and what you can see where you are.
And because of what's coming our way, NCDOT is already getting roads across our area prepared. The steps they're taking to keep you and your family safe during tomorrow's weather.
And jury questions. The man accused of the Raleigh-Hedingham mass shooting expected in court today. The new moves by the defense that could change who's allowed to serve on the jury and who will decide the case. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. We have a lot of ground to cover here on this Thursday morning as we get you ready for the wintry mix tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Chris Lovingood. As you begin your morning commute today, that remote starter is going to come in handy. At least it would have for my car if I had one with that frost on the windshield, Elizabeth. But tomorrow, that's the weather maker that's really got your focus right now.
Tomorrow is going to be a WRAL weather alert day. We'll have a good chance for snow in our northern counties, potentially up to an inch. That's mainly going to be north of I-40 and the bulk of it probably even north of I-85. We'll have rain on and off for much of the day. It looks like it could taper off mid to late afternoon, and we'll see the changeover. Everybody ends up seeing rain probably by mid to late morning. Here's a look at where the storm is right now. Just rain down south. We'll see cold air in place as that precipitation moves in. Another new trend for us this morning is earlier arrival of the precipitation. And of course, the earlier it starts, the more cold air is there and the better chance for some freezing precipitation. At midnight, we begin to see the precipitation moving in. Definitely snow to the north. Snow is in blue. The pink shaded area is where we'll likely see anything from rain to snow to sleet to freezing rain. A little bit of glazing could happen around the triangle area, say from Raleigh southward. This is 5 a.m. That trend continues through around 7 or 8. We get to 9 or 10 and the precipitation begins to shut off to the north, but we continue with rain in our southern counties, and that could last all the way through the middle of the afternoon. So hopefully it's not sticking around for the evening commute. Again, new this morning, winter weather advisory, especially right against the Virginia line. We've got a decent chance of up to an inch of snow. You're going to want to watch out for the bridges. I know DOT is already brining them. Beautiful view here right now. Skies are clear. It is cold, pretty moon. It'll be full tonight, but we won't see it because it'll be cloudy. 29 in the Triangle. It's 27 in Roxbury, 30 in Fayetteville. We are below freezing everywhere this morning. Increasing clouds and highs will be in the mid-50s this afternoon. We'll take another look at our impacts for tomorrow coming up.
Elizabeth, happening now with the WRAL Traffic Center. 3 things you need to know as you prepare to head out on the road tomorrow. Expect a messy morning commute, wet road conditions as well, and by all means, make plans to leave the house a little sooner than usual. Right now, dry conditions on all of our major routes, including here to I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Traffic is beginning to pick up just a little bit. The westbound lanes moving away from us, but flowing nicely in a nice steady clip. And we're not seeing any delays coming in from Apex, from Durham, from Wake Forest, Knightdale, all delay free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Now, as you heard Elizabeth talking about, we're expecting that wintry mix tomorrow across our area, and preparations are already happening. Brian was already placed on I-85 in Durham last night, as you can see here in this video. Let's go ahead and bring in Monica Casey. She's live at the American Tobacco campus in Durham. Monica, NCDOT, they have been spending time getting things prepared because of forecasts just like Elizabeth's.
That's right. They tell me they are prepared with extra staff and contractors on standby for tomorrow, but a lot of their work will be happening today. Public Information Officer with NCDOT, Kim Diener, tells me they will be brining all of the elevated surfaces today as soon as the temperature is warm enough. That includes bridges and overpasses in all of the counties that are expected to see winter precipitation. Diener tells me if the forecast holds, they may also brine for 40 Capitol Boulevard and 264.
Last couple weeks, we've been preparing for the potential for any sort of winter weather. So we're prepared. Our salt trucks are ready. Our brine is ready. You know, all our machinery is up to working order, and we're ready to go.
I spoke with the city of Durham about their preparations. The city tells me trucks will be outfitted with plows, spreaders, and blades to respond if needed. And later this morning, we'll get an inside look at the city's preparations over at their salt barn. Live in Durham, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
And remember, you can count on the WRAL Severe Weather Team to keep a close eye on this system. That's why you should stay connected to updates anytime with the WRAL Weather app. But make sure you turn on those push notifications. That way you get important alerts sent right to your phone. Let's show you this now. A driver of a pickup truck was taken to the hospital overnight after a crash involving an Amtrak train. You see this right here? This was the scene from the WRAL breaking news tracker near Lizzie Mill Road in Johnston County. A firefighter on scene confirmed the driver was taken to the hospital, and we're trying to learn just how badly injured they were. Amtrak shows the train resumed service around 2:15 this morning.
Happening today, a judge will hear new requests from the defense in the trial for Austin Thompson. He's accused in the Hedingham mass shooting in Raleigh that killed 5 people and injured others in 2022. WRAL's Allie Kadlabar is live at the Wake County Courthouse. Allie, what will likely come up in this high-profile case?
Well, we're expecting them to discuss these new motions that were filed just yesterday. We're set to see all parties involved talk about any updates or progress about this 3-year-long case. They'll likely be discussing the 3 motions the defense filed about 24 hours ago, all of them aimed at narrowing down who will sit on the jury and decide Thompson's guilt or innocence in the shooting that left 5 people dead and more injured. The motions include requests that potential jurors be questioned individually, that the judge check each juror's race, and the potential jurors answer a questionnaire. We spoke with Durham defense attorney Daniel Meyer, who's not involved in the Hedingham case, but he says a questionnaire is common for a case of this magnitude.
They're often used in higher profile cases. And in a case like this, where you especially want to be able to say, fairly quickly, do you know anything about the case? Is there something that's going to disqualify you? Let's not waste an hour of time talking to you if we know you're not going to stay.
Now, another motion that we've told you about that may come up today, Thompson's legal team wants wants to stop one of the neighbors from testifying at trial because her story apparently changed during the investigation. Of course, WRAL will be in the courtroom at 9 a.m. today. Reporting live in Raleigh, Allie Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Allie, thank you. WRAL has tracked this case since 2022. Our coverage on WRAL.com gives you the history of the case, as well as details about the accused shooter and the victims. Search Hedingham shooting. Today, we could get an update in the Wellington Dickens case. He's accused of killing 4 of his children and putting their bodies in the trunk of his car at their Zebulon home. A hearing today may address a motion regarding the death penalty. Dickens faces 4 murder charges. Investigators say he called 911 back in October to confess. He's expected in court at 9:30, and WRAL will be there to let you know what happens.
New this morning, Durham County Sheriff Clarence Burkhead announced his re-election bid for sheriff. Sheriff Burkhead was sworn in as the first African-American sheriff in Durham County back in 2018. He's now looking to be elected into his 3rd term in that position. In a statement, he said, quote, "It is during these challenging times that consistent leadership is so important. That is why I made the decision to seek a 3rd term."
All December events at the Raleigh Convention Center are canceled. At least one downtown hotel says refunds may be available for guests who were affected by the fire. Staff at the Marriott City Center say event changes have caused roughly 125 room cancellations. The general manager told us nearly half of the hotel's business is tied to events at the convention center on any given week. WRAL reached out to other hotels in the area to see if they will also offer refunds, and we have not received a response.
We have new arrest numbers from Border Patrol about the recent immigration enforcement operation in our state. Homeland Security says it arrested more than 400 people. The numbers are specific to Operation Charlotte's Web, as they called it. Border Patrol's presence briefly ramped up in the Triangle, leading to widespread protests. Homeland Security hasn't shared any numbers on their efforts in our area, though, specifically. Meanwhile, we're learning Border Patrol is now targeting Minneapolis and New Orleans. Minneapolis has gotten more attention from President Trump in recent weeks. He has been critical of Somali immigrants in that state. During his cabinet meeting Tuesday, he called them, quote, garbage. Minneapolis's mayor called the president's comment disturbing.
North Carolina's governor is taking on Duke Energy. The utility is proposing a 15% rate hike over the next 2 years, and that could add up to $30 a month more to household bills by 2028. Governor Josh Stein says costs are too high as they are. He wants to see that number come down. Duke Energy says they don't take any rate increase lightly, and they expect there to be careful scrutiny of their request. Wake Forest town leaders are holding 2 open houses to go over the town's sustainability plan currently in the works. At these open houses, you can learn more about the process of creating the plan, ask questions, and sharing your thoughts and opinions with town leaders. The open houses will be at the Wake Forest Center for Active Aging. The first one runs from 11 to 1 today. The second starts at 6 o'clock tonight.
Your time is 6:09 this morning. An unexpected eviction notice.
Literally by luck, finding the eviction notice on the door is how we all found out.
Owners of a Cary hair salon say they're being evicted, but they're up to date on their rent. The discovery made as they fight to keep their doors open.
Plus, home for the holidays. How 5 on Your Side helped a family hit by Helene get a brand new home.
And tomorrow is a WRAL weather alert day. We have the chance of some wintry precipitation from the Triangle area northward. We'll talk about the timing and the amounts. 6:13. Our skies are mostly clear. We have the potential for some patchy fog out there. I haven't seen any of that on our cameras, but if you do travel, through a creek bottom or just some low-lying areas, you could end up seeing a little bit of fog this morning. The moon is hiding behind our Lenovo banner right there, but it's gorgeous out there currently. It's actually full tonight, but by tonight we'll have cloudy skies as we see that wintry system heading our way. So get a good look at it this morning while you can. 29 in Durham right now, 30 in Fayetteville and Garner, currently 30 in Cary. So it's cold out there. We have more moisture in the atmosphere, so definitely a frosty start for a lot of folks. You may need to scrape your windshields and walk the dog. It'll be cold this morning, below freezing up until around 9 a.m. Mid-50s this afternoon, but we do cloud up. And coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about the timing and what kind of precipitation you could see tomorrow. Ken?
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We keep it outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road this morning. Traffic beginning to pick up just a bit. Those are the westbound lanes moving away from us, but in either direction, traffic flowing nicely in all directions. In terms of the big board, that southern loop of the Beltline, no delays whatsoever and no slowdowns if you're coming in from Garner, Johnston County between Highway 36 and the Beltline. Coming up, we'll take a look at some of the other drive times and major routes heading into the Raleigh County area.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, the remains of the last Thai hostage in Gaza have been returned. The person was a Thai national. He was an agricultural worker in Israel. The person was killed on the day of the attack back on October 7th, 2023. His body was taken into Gaza. 31 Thai hostages were taken at the start of the war. 28 returned alive, 3 dead. The return of all hostages taken during the attack that started the war is a key element of the first phase of the U.S. brokered ceasefire. The sides are close to wrapping up the first phase of that ceasefire.
Michelle, thank you. Some business owners renting rooms at a Cary salon say they're being kicked out for no reason. The business owners at Phoenix Salon Suites say they've been paying their rent, but then they were served this eviction notice during the busiest time of the year. They're now realizing the landlord taking their payments each month isn't even the landlord. The tenants were told the notice was due to 3 or 4 business owners not paying their share. Even if that's the case, the salon employees say this should not impact everyone in the building.
There are almost 30 businesses in this building that more than enough cover the rent. So we don't understand how, since June, the rent has not been paid. Not one penny.
WRAL reached out to the president and CEO of Phoenix Salon Suites. They told us the franchise is working with the landlord to resolve the situation.
Changes are coming to Coastal Credit Union Music Park at Walnut Creek's parking. Starting in 2026, anyone who parks at that venue will need to purchase a parking pass in advance or the day of the show. Now, this is for all general parking. Parking will be $20 ahead of the show and $25 on show day. Premier parking and other upgrade options are still available. The venue said ride shares will still function as normal, just so you know. And a popular holiday event in our area, it was canceled. The Christmas on the Square and Anger will not happen tomorrow anymore. The local Chamber of Commerce blamed the wet forecast we've been telling you about. It's the first time they've ever had to cancel. For now, plans for the Anger Christmas Parade on Saturday, those are still on there, Renee.
Winter weather striking Minnesota. You can see slick, wintry roads causing this scary moment that's caught on camera. A couple driving their truck and trailer. They had 9 huskies inside as well. They hit that slick patch. the trailer, as you can see, that's the aftermath. Very shaken up, but we're told the couple and the dogs all okay. But Minnesota dealing with that icy weather, that wintry weather. And I was wondering if that system is what's coming toward us, but you're saying that's actually something separate.
That one's going to stay to our north. And
Okay.
this will be a southern system, and that actually tends to be a better snowmaker for us. But this is definitely a cautionary tale. Tomorrow, we could definitely end up with the potential for some slippery bridges, especially from, say, north of I-40. So just be careful out there tomorrow morning. A couple of new things to catch you up on this morning. One, the precipitation could arrive earlier, and we have a new winter weather advisory for our northern counties. This is going to be rain only from, say, Raleigh southward, and it ends before the evening commute. So that's the update this morning. This is a look at our new winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service near the Virginia line or Durham and Orange counties, but it does not include Wake County. It could see up to an inch of snow, especially right there near the border, and that could cause some slick conditions on bridges tomorrow. So just be careful there. This is a look at the system. This is our system. Of course, the Michigan system well up to the north. This is the best way for us to actually see snow. We have cold air in place, and then a developing coastal low, especially down in the Gulf, moves in on top of it. That is our best snowmaking pattern. So we'll see how it goes. It still all has to line up correctly with enough cold air, and that cold air probably only gets us to around Durham, Rocky Mount, and it doesn't get us any snow south of that. This is a look at around 4:15. Again, the precipitation begins around midnight. Big swath of snow at that point, maybe even into the northern part of Wake County. The pink shaded area is where we have the wintry mix, and that's what we'll mostly see in Raleigh, and that's going to be some rain, snow, sleet mix. And then everybody south of Raleigh, this is all going to be rain. That rain starts to move out around the middle of the afternoon, so it should be out by the evening commute. We take a look at some snowfall potential. This one's a little aggressive. Our northern counties, maybe an inch to showing up as 2 inches in Roxborough, probably going to be closer to an inch. But notice Raleigh, we got a big old 0 on there. How about some sleet? Just maybe a couple of hundredths of an inch of sleet with this, but a better chance maybe of a little light glazing from just east of South Hill down through maybe Edgecombe County, Franklin County, Chatham County. How about the rainfall? We still need some rain, and it looks like from the triangle area eastward, we could see maybe an average of ½ an inch. So our new trends are quicker arrival of precipitation. Again, most of this is going to be north of Raleigh with up to an inch of snow. Everybody else is going to see some rain. It'll be a cold day tomorrow at 37, and we dry out a little bit for the weekend, Ken.
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, keeping it outside. Give you a live look at Wade Avenue this morning. These are the eastbound lanes heading into the Raleigh-Wake County area. Traffic flowing at a nice steady clip in both directions. For those of you using I-540 right now, delay-free from Lewisburg Road all the way over to I-40 this morning. No slowdowns to report as well. And similarly, we're not seeing any slowdowns in any of our major routes heading into the Raleigh-Wake County area. You're getting ready to head into the car, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Still to come, vaping crackdown. The city of Raleigh could change its rules to stop people from vaping or using e-cigarettes in public spaces. Why leaders could crack down with new regulations.
And ahead at 6:30, vaccine schedule change. There could be delays for when your child gets theirs. The shots this would affect.
Images help tell the story. Now, if you see breaking news, have a story tip, or take video or pictures of the weather where you are, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tip to our news team. Vaping could soon not be allowed in public places in Raleigh. Some city leaders want to include it as part of its no smoking ordinance. The current ordinance does not include vaping, e-cigs, and certain enclosed spaces. As more people are swapping cigarettes for vapes, city leaders say they need to keep up with the times. Emma Byrne says this isn't just about catching up with the times, but also protecting the next generation.
I was in college during the rise of vaping. I saw people go from never picking up a cigarette in their lives to vaping every single day.
Council members have 2 proposals to choose from, each with the goal to stop vaping in public spaces. The city could take on the rules that Wake County already has in place or opt for the state health department's recommended rules. The main difference, repeat offenders could face fines of up to $200 in the state's version.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
Marvel Universe star Scarlett Johansson eyeing a role in the DC Universe.
And a popular 2000s TV series is getting its own book. We have Ken Smith here now to talk about this during What's Trending.
Oh, so here's what's happening. Actress Lauren Graham and Gilmore Girls creator Amy Sherman Palladino are teaming up once again. The two are co-writing a behind-the-scenes book about the popular TV show. Now, the book is currently untitled, but scheduled to be released in the fall of 2027.
Big fan of the show Gilmore Girls, and it's being introduced to whole new generations now that it's on streaming. But Lauren Graham, she's a hoot, and can't wait to read the book.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to it as well. So Scarlett Johansson is trending this morning after spending almost a decade in the marvelous cinematic universe as Black Widow. The bat signal may be calling. Sources telling Deadline Johansson is in final negotiations for one of the new roles in The Batman Part 2. She would join Robert Pattinson, of course, who is set to reprise his role as the Caped Crusader.
Yeah, the film will begin filming next spring, and she's been busy. She had that Jurassic film that she's in. I think she's in the new Exorcist movie that's going to be coming out, and now this.
Yeah, she's also been guest hosting with Gemma on the Today Show. So, yeah, busy, high profile.
ScarJo getting that bag. All right, thanks, Ken. So, hey, if you and the family are looking to get into the holiday spirit, Franklinton is hosting their Christmas parade tonight. We're giving you a live look right now at the town through one of our WRAL cameras, where we'll be able to see that parade tonight. Thousands of people are expected to attend that event on Main Street. There'll be close to 100 local community groups, performers, floats, and so much more. All the fun gets started at 7 p.m.
Also happening tonight, the town of Kenly is hosting their 61st annual Christmas parade. The parade will usher in the Christmas season as it makes its way through downtown Kenly. The parade starts at 7 tonight. If you can't make it, the Chamber of Commerce is hosting Christmas on Main this Saturday, and that runs from 9 to 2. Coming up at 6:30, winter weather preparations. NCDOT is already getting roads across our area ready. The steps they are taking to keep you and your family safe for tomorrow's weather.
Plus, jury questions. The man accused of the Hedingham mass shooting is expected in court today. The new moves by the defense that could change who's allowed to serve and who will decide the case.
It's a quiet start this morning with increasing clouds today, and then tomorrow's a WRAL weather alert day. Our northern counties could see mainly snow with some sleet, a mixed bag in the triangle, and then down to the south, it's all a cold rain. I'll show you the timeline. We'll talk about the amounts.